guys, it's the Real China Sister. I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving my 5 tips on how to try and decrease your return to work anxiety. You know, COVID has been a thing for a very long time now, and you know, it's still out there. Maybe not as bad in the beginning. I'm really not sure. I don't really think any of us are sure because, you know, we get told different things every day. But I do know a lot of companies have began the return to work process. Some places they're telling everybody to come in. Other places it's like they're doing it in parts, or you can come in certain days of the week. I recognize that a lot of people, including myself, like I would be nervous going back into my office with everything that's gone on. Luckily for me, we are given the option to work from home or to be in the office. I've been working from home since like March 2020. So it's been a year and 6 months. It's September. So a year and 6 months that I've been working from home. I'm very fortunate to be able to have that option. Whereas I recognize other people don't really have that option and they have to go in, and you know, they're nervous about COVID. They're nervous about, you know, catching anything that might be out there. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys my 5 top ways to decrease your return to work anxiety. Now, I am not a doctor. I'm not telling you, oh, this is how you don't get COVID. I'm just giving you some tips on how you might feel safe. This video is not for people in the comments to start with the anti-vax shit, the anti-mask. Like, this is not even that type of conversation. And please, like, do not start in my comments with all that because I don't want to hear about it and I kind of don't care about it. This video is for people that are just looking for ways to not feel so nervous if they have to be in the office full-time, part-time, however much.
The beat live, you know, Lil Juke made it.
My first tip for you guys in helping you to decrease your return to work anxiety. Now, no matter what your view is on this specific topic, I'm just letting you know, wear a mask. Like, whether you need one or not, feel you need one or not, or you feel like, oh, I'm against the mask thing, they're trying to control me, think about the people around you. You never know what you're carrying, especially if you're getting on public transportation. Like, fine, if you're in your own car going to work every day and you don't want to be in a mask, fine, do you when you're by yourself. But when you're around people and you don't have a mask on, that's saying you not only don't give a fuck about your life, but you don't care about the people around you. And this is how fights happen. You know, I don't know where a lot of my subscribers are from, but I work in New York. I get on public transportation. I don't know how much some of you might really know about New York, but New Yorkers want all the smoke. Like, they always want to fight. There's always an issue on public transportation, on the bus, the trains, whatever. You added this COVID shit to the mix and masks, and now it's even a bigger issue. So unless you want to fight every time you walk, no matter where you guys are from, I'm just saying from where I travel in and out of work from, unless you want to fight every day or you want to get into it with people every day because you're just that person, because there are really people that live for controversy and they live for being the only person on the train without a mask on and coughing on someone and sitting there like they didn't just do that. Now a fight has started. Like, if you want to save yourself some issues, and even just in being safe with yourself, like, just put a freaking mask on. It's not a big deal. Which brings me to my second tip in decreasing your return to work anxiety. This is for people that ride public transportation, that gets on the buses, that gets on the trains. You know, again, this virus is still out there. Social distance. Keep your distance from someone, you know, especially if you're coughing. Like, I've seen people walk up right behind someone on a train and just be coughing and acting like the shit is okay. Again, that is how fights happen. I've been on the bus or train and there's nobody, like, the bus is completely empty, the train is completely empty, and I'm the only person on it. And there'll be that one person that finally gets on, and for some reason they have to sit right next to me. Like, they have to be right up on me, and it's like, what? Like, what's the reason for this?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
Like, honestly, let's try to use our common sense. Let's not annoy anyone, or let's not be just stupid for no reason. So, like, if you get on a bus, try to social distance as much as you can. Like, I know some states and areas are more populated than others, but if you are able to get on a bus or train and be social distance, then do that. You know, and if you want to be social distance, you know, you might want to wake up a little earlier to go to work. If you're like paranoid like that, like me, you might want to wake up earlier to go to work, because people are not gonna, there's not gonna be so many people on the 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock train in New York. But get on the train around between 8 to 9, or that's 7 to 9. When everybody's rushing to try to make it to work on time, you're gonna have a packed train, you're gonna have a packed bus. So maybe try to leave the house earlier so you don't have to deal with that. My third tip for decreasing your return to work anxiety with this whole COVID thing is to keep your distance from people at work. Like, if you don't have to be in a group setting, I just wouldn't be in it. You know, some companies, I recognize that they are very disregarding of what's going on outside, and you know, they don't care about people's health, unfortunately, and they will repeatedly put you in situations where you got to be around people. So if I had to be around people, I would definitely have my mask on. And it's not to offend anyone, you know, and I know some people might feel like, oh, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. What's worse, you feeling bad or you catching COVID? That's how you have to think. Everyone's health should come first at the end of the day. So, you know, if your job, instead of doing Zooms or like, you know, conference calls through the phone like they could do during this trying time, if they refuse to give you that level of respect, if there are meetings and you got to be around people, I would have a mask on, because at the end of the day, you know, they're not going to be the ones in a hospital bed, or they're not going to be the ones nervous because they're having a strange cough or something. Like, that's going to totally be on you. You know, maybe you might even want to go a step further. If there is some kind of Zoom meeting, you know, maybe if you're cool with your boss like that, or you're cool with HR, you know, you reach out and you say, hey, I know we're having this meeting today, but I'm not very much comfortable in group settings right now. Is there any way for me to Zoom in? Is there any way for me to conference call in? Like, you have to put yourself first. People are not going to think of you and your health, but you have to think of you and your health. You know, I'm not saying disrespect the people you work with or disrespect company protocol, but if there are small, tiny ways that you can make it to help yourself or keep yourself protected, I say go for it. My fourth tip for everyone to try to decrease your return to work anxiety is, if your job gives you the option to stay home, stay the fuck home. You know, like, if you're too nervous to go back into the office, stay home. Like, there's no reason to work yourself up. You know, some people work themselves up and they become sick. Some people work themselves up and, you know, they become nauseous or all kind of stuff. So if you can stay home, maybe if you're in between, like, you kind of feel like you want to go, you kind of feel like you don't want to go, maybe you start off by going once a week or twice a week into the office, like a Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday. You know, again, whatever works for you and whatever your job is offering. You know, where I work, they give us the option. We're able to come in if we'd like. I'm still very iffy about the area where I work in. It's very populated. There's a lot of people running around. You know, when this COVID thing first started, someone had COVID like a block away from us. That's like how we heard about the whole thing. And, you know, that kind of made me feel like everyone down there has COVID. Like, I don't know, it might be silly, but I'm going to milk this working from home thing for all it's worth until they absolutely tell me I have to go in the office. So take that opportunity to do that for yourself, and so you're able to, you know, work with a clear mind. You know, and companies will do things like, oh, you know, we're going to have a breakfast in the conference room for everyone, or free lunch for everyone in the conference room. Like, listen, lady, I can have a bowl of cereal and a sandwich for lunch in the house and be safe and not be worried about catching anything from anyone in the conference room. So I feel like if you're able to stay home, you know, and you have a lot of anxiety and stuff, just stay home, whatever makes you feel the most safe. My fifth and final tip for everyone in decreasing your return to work anxiety is to get tested. You know, get tested for COVID. Make sure everything's okay. Make sure you're making visits with your doctor. You know, there are different things going on. You know, there's COVID, there's the variant, like, there's all kind of shit going on right now. You just don't know what tomorrow is gonna pop up with. So, you know, just make sure you get tested. But yes, that's my video for you guys. That's my 5 tips in how to decrease your return to work anxiety. I hope some of these tips were helpful for you guys. I hope you guys were able to maybe see things a little differently that you couldn't see it before, because maybe you were only seeing things from your own perspective. If you've gotten this far in the video and not gotten a chance yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below, of course, and tell me what you guys think. See you guys soon.